Wellness. The state or condition of being in good physical and mental health. This definition leaves so much out. Not once does the word freedom appear. For there is freedom in being healthy. Not even briefly does it hint at the words joy or confidence, both of which are obtained from deciding to take control of your life. So now is the time to find your why. You have the power to make your life beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure, to find your freedom in your health. Do not let the F word stop you. Do not let fear and failure dictate who you are or who you want to become. Do not limit yourself, because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion. During Trilogy's Wellness Week, our T200 bikers are proof that with sheer determination and a whole lot of heart, you can accomplish goals that at one time seemed impossible. This amazing team travels 200 miles on bicycles across states in all weather conditions in 4 days. Their mission: to bring awareness to not only the joys and freedom affiliated with your own personal health, but Trilogy's determination to help you succeed in providing resources and support in whatever wellness journey you embark on. They highlight 4 major topics: getting a health assessment, knowing your numbers, quitting smoking, and getting active. So without further ado, let's meet some of Trilogy's own success stories. Let's learn their whys.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith. I'm a nurse here at Stonegate in Lapeer. About a year before the ride, I was finishing up 3 operations and 25 treatments of radiation for a cancer diagnosis that had surprised me. I had waited a really long time to get treated, and when I decided to focus on my health and take seriously the opportunity to participate in the ride, it came at a really great time because I was feeling like I needed an opportunity to feel alive. The wellness is really important to me because I'd had a cancer diagnosis when I was 29. I underwent the 2 operations for that and then 9 weeks of chemotherapy, and I thought I had beat it. And then I started having pains that I was ignoring, and then 20 years to the day later I was back in the doctor's office getting diagnosed with cancer again, this time with my wife beside me, and it was pretty devastating for her, and I had ignored it a long time. And as an effort to promote wellness, it goes without saying that guys wait too long, and that if I had gone back to the doctor and had that checked, it might have turned out to be a lot less traumatic. That second bout with cancer was 3 operations and a bunch of tests that weren't really needed to find out what they needed to do to get rid of it, and then 25 doses of radiation. Because I waited so long to go to the doctor and have myself checked out, and because I didn't know my numbers, I took great risks with my health. So it's very important that you get in and have the regular screening. Trilogy pays once a year for your health screening. You should know your numbers, you should know where you stand so that you can get the help to move in the direction of wellness that you want. At Trilogy, we have a great option here. It's called Quit Power, to help you quit smoking. And it really is one of my pet peeves. I've experienced cancer twice for no reason. And when I see people taking risks like that, it's something that creates an angst in me that I want to share with them, that they really are hurting themselves with every cigarette. My own mother has emphysema and COPD, and she can hardly walk across the living room floor. And maybe some of that had an effect on me growing up, and maybe that's why I had cancer. But there's great options out there. If you want to quit, you should take advantage of it. There's also financial incentive to quit smoking.
Is it any surprise that we don't like to go to the doctor? They stick us, prod us, probe us, squeeze us, and make us stand on the scale. And even though we close our eyes and plug our ears, the doctor comes and starts with the numbers. Your weight, your blood pressure, your cholesterol. The only one some of us don't cringe at is our height. It's time to stop cringing. It's time to take those numbers and use them to help you realize that your high blood pressure can result in a heart attack, that diabetes can be managed in weight loss. Mandy from Lebanon tells us what prompted her why.
3 years ago, and even before that, I didn't really watch what I ate. I didn't exercise a whole lot. I would go home from work and I would sit and watch TV on the couch, not doing a whole lot to take care of myself. Having a stroke 3 years ago, it didn't happen overnight. Had the stroke on a Monday, I went to work, I worked all day, felt not real right, knew something was kind of up. So I went over to Witham, drove myself over to the emergency room and thought, something's not right. So I was checked in, was in CCU for a week. I spent 6 months doing physical therapy, occupational therapy, even speech therapy to learn how to speak, to learn how to feed myself, to learn how to walk. This stroke was brought on by years of inactivity. It wasn't something that happened overnight. And to get back to a shape where I needed to be, that was not going to happen overnight either. It was going to take a lot of hard work. It was going to take effort. It was going to take some support. It was going to take the tracking tools that we have, all the resources that we have available at Trilogy that we can use and put together. Log on to eMerge, log on to the wellness program, Health and Wellness. There's tracking. There's a device where you can track and put in your blood pressure. You can do it every day if you want to. If you take your blood pressure every day, you can put it in there. And if you can log your weight. You log how often you exercise. And then in turn, the wellness team sends you emails about ways to lower your blood pressure, how to eat less salt, how to exercise. People that have had strokes, better ways for them to exercise. The Trilogy 200 team affected me when I saw them roll into our parking lot, and I thought, they've done a 200-mile bike ride. And 3 years ago, laying in that hospital bed, I couldn't picture myself doing that. I couldn't even get my toothbrush that was sitting over on the table. Somebody had to do everything for me. But now I have the opportunity, if I work hard, I can be there someday. I can be doing that. The one thing about the wellness program that I didn't know, and I've been able to tell some of my fellow employees, when they first came out with the wellness rates, I thought, oh, I've had a stroke, I'll never be able to qualify for that. But it is open for anybody that is willing to work on their health. And that's what it's designed for. So you can get healthier. It focuses on helping us get there. And those of us like me who aren't there really need to be in the program. And some of the employees don't know. They're thinking, I'm too sick for this, but nobody is. It's available to everybody.
Every year, 480,000 deaths are due to smoking-related illnesses. 16 million Americans, the population of Michigan and Indiana combined, suffer from a disease caused by smoking. The truth is that I could probably recite statistic after statistic on deaths, cancer rates, increased chance of heart attacks, and they would go unheard. These statistics aren't anything you haven't heard. You won't quit because of them or because people tell you it's bad for you. Instead, it will be the look in your children's eyes when they ask you to quit, or the thousands a year that you spend, or your doctor telling you that you have cancer, that now you are part of the 16 million suffering from a smoking-related disease. Let's let Christy tell us her why she made the life change to quit smoking.
My wellness goal was to quit smoking. Started smoking when I was like 12 years old and continued smoking for probably 25 years. It has been since January 26th of 2013 since I've quit smoking. Since then, I've been able to run 2.2 miles and get off of my blood pressure medicine. I feel a lot better, more energy to do more stuff. Able to get out and play more with my grandson, run. I mean, overall health. I don't cough every morning when I wake up, so I did it because of my grandson encouraging me and my children, and for my health reasons.
30 minutes. The amount of time it takes to get ready for work. The amount of time the average person spends on social media. The length of a TV sitcom. 30 minutes of increased heart rate 4 times a week can burn 300 calories, raise your metabolism for an hour after activity, and drastically decrease your chances of cardiovascular disease. Just move. Walk it out, run it out, jump it out, dance it out. Make the choice to play with your kids instead of sitting on the sidelines, to go for a bike ride, or to grab your sweetheart's hand and go for a walk. Dennis from Lafayette will tell us his why.
About 10 years ago, I went to the doctor's office and I weighed 295 pounds. My blood pressure was 200 over 150, and when we got the lab work back, it was off the chart bad. So I knew it was time to change. He sent me to a dietitian, and the dietitian said something to me that changed my life. She said, "You're not going on a diet, it's a lifelong change." And I knew right then I could do it. So I followed her food program of what we could eat and such, and I picked up my exercise. Today, I've lost 100 pounds. My blood pressure is really well. And lab work 7 months ago came back, the doctor ordered, and it was all normal. I started smoking when I was 15 years old, and I'm 43 years old now. Along this journey, it's made me want to quit smoking, because as you're getting healthier, you can tell how it's hurting you so bad. And there's a lot of people that are gonna help. And like I say, my doctor's helping me out a lot, and everyone can do it. It's, you just wanna get better in every direction once you're doing what you need to do. And I also need to lose 40 more pounds, the doctor said, but I know I can do it because I lost 100, so, and it's just a journey and it's lifelong. And the smoking's the same thing. And so I need to quit, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm happier than I've ever been, and it just gets better.
It's time. It's time to find your why and your freedom. Your freedom from your limitations and fears, from your inability to play with your kids, to have to go outside and smoke after a meal, to be restrained by medications. It's time to make a choice, to just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, and how you're going to do it. To make the decisions to be more than the person you were yesterday. Discover the thing that moves your heart and hold on to that. Hi, I'm Jessica from the Waterford Kokomo campus, and here is my why. 4 years ago, while rifling through my parents' attic, I took a wrong step and fell through the ceiling. Fortunately, I caught myself between 2 rafters under my arms. Unfortunately, I was left dangling 14 feet above a cement floor. My first thought was, oh crap, my dad is going to kill me. And my second was that I was unable to pull my own body weight up. That was my moment. The moment you know something has got to change. For some, it's a picture of yourself. For some, it's being diagnosed with a health issue. For me, it was the thought that if my family needed me to be physically strong for them, I wouldn't be able to. Nearly 9 months to the day later, I ran my first half marathon. 4 years ago, I began an affair. I would love to say it was with someone with pretty eyes and a foreign accent, but it wasn't. I'd love to call it a love affair, but that wouldn't be quite right either. I'd love to call it a friendship, but that's not it either. I'll call it an affair of many faces. It was with concrete and asphalt, of dirt and mud. It was an affair with the road. The road has borne the brunt of my disappointments and anger with the pounding of my feet. It has caught my tears of joy and sorrow. It has shed my blood, usually to the amusement of others. It has been my psychologist and confidant, helped strengthen friendships and build new ones. It's never booed my journey ballads or laughed at my air guitar riffs. It has beat me down and brought me up. It has reshaped me with each step, allowing me to leave 40 pounds on it. It has witnessed my triumphs, celebrated my victories, and been co-conspirator in my many milestones. I have walked with God, and when I couldn't take another step, He has carried me here. It has given my children a strong, confident woman for a mother. I'd like to share with you my top 5 most memorable experiences while running. And believe it or not one of them is crossing a finish line. My first one is to this day my most treasured possession. It was a letter wrote to me by my children the night before my first half marathon. To Mom, I hope you win. You will win even if you don't win. You will be good. Love, Aiden, age 4. To Mom, I hope you get first place. And even if you want to give up, keep on going. Go hard and do your best. Love, Reed, age 6. To Mom, hey Mom, it may get tough along the way, but just remember we're on the other side of the finish line, waiting to see you finish on your feet. Keep going and go hard. Love, Chase, age 8. My second was that they were there. They were cheering for me, and they did see me finish on my feet. The pride on their faces is imprinted in my heart forever. My 4-year-old riding his bike with me 7 miles when I wanted to stop at 4. He asked me how far I was supposed to go, and when I said 7, he became quiet. Without saying a word, he began nodding his head. I can do it. I can if you can, Mom. And we did. My middle son changing some weekend plans he had had without telling me, because he knew I had a long run scheduled. When I asked why, his response, "You've been working so hard and your race is coming up. We don't want to mess it up now." Lastly, my oldest son, knowing I really didn't want to go for a run, said he wanted to come with me. We ran 2 miles. To this day, that was the best run of my life. Moments like these are my motivation, that my children know phrases like go hard and never give up. They've seen me live this. I've led them by example. I've shown them morals to live by and watched as they've utilized them. Fit moms don't have time, we make time. We make it because we're better for it, for ourselves, and for our families. Today, I can look in the mirror with pride. I will never be the skinniest, but if you ask me, fit is the new skinny. I am empowered and confident. I am determined and dedicated. I display and live by a strict code of self-discipline. I persevere. I have had my mind tell my body to give up and my heart scream that I don't. I always listen to my heart. I have had strength and courage that I didn't know I possessed brought to life. I have ran 5 obstacle course races, 3 5Ks, 2 10Ks, 5 half marathons, and a full marathon. And in November, I will add the 50K ultramarathon to the list. I will never have a first place finish at a race, but I win every time I step out of the door with my shoes laced tight and my music blaring, whether it's for 1 mile or 20. What's next? Who knows where this crazy affair will take me?